Ugh. Yeah, we're talking about Air today. Hello everyone and welcome back to Vision All Access. My name is Hunter and I am the other white meat. This is honestly not a video I thought I would do because seriously, who the cares about a thin ass phone? I mean, when Samsung launched their Galaxy S25 Edge, color me underwhelmed.
It was real.
And then iPhone launched their iPhone Air. Definitely not the phone for me. I'm too much of a pro user, especially with being a content creator. But there are people out there that only upgraded their phone a few years ago because there was an iPhone 12 mini or an iPhone 13 mini. But the problem with all these small phones is always battery. Battery life has always been a major fault of these smaller and thinner phones. So why the hell are these companies doing it? I have a theory. Think about the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7, the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7. Those phones need to be really thin because when you fold them up, well, no one's going to question exactly what that bulge is down there. Gross. Anyway, this is not going to be a full review. I haven't even really held this phone, but I do have some things to note. So today we're talking about the new iPhone Air and 5 things I'd like to note. The first thing I'm going to jump on is the name. And I'm not saying iPhone Air isn't a great name. I mean, they've had the Air name with MacBooks. They've had the Air name with their frickin' iPads. Now it's time for the iPhone. I wonder if there will ever be an Apple Watch Air. Stay tuned. But you'll note that it's not called the iPhone 17 Air. Why? I mean, think about every other new type of iPhone that got brought out. It always carried the series name. When the iPhone mini came out, it was the iPhone 12 mini, not just the iPhone mini. But this one's not called the iPhone 17 Air, which I guess kind of puts it in a class unto itself. I mean, when you look at the lineup, there's the iPhone 17, iPhone 17 Pro, iPhone 17 Pro Max, and then you have this phone that's just over here, the iPhone Air. Now, the second thing of note here that I'm going to bring up is not really a gripe, but it's also not really a compliment. I know, I'm a complicated individual. The power that this phone brings is not the same chip that's in your baseline iPhone 17. This is not the A19 chip. This is the A19 Pro, sort of. It's the same chip that comes in the iPhone 17 Pro and 17 Pro Max, sort of. What I mean by that is it apparently still is the Pro version of the chip that Apple made such a wow splash about, but it has one less GPU core than the regular Pro model iPhones. So what does that make it? Is it like Pro 0 calorie or the Diet Pro iPhone? But if it is a Pro iPhone, well, let's touch on the camera for a second. Why is there just one camera lens? No, seriously, we all know why there's one camera lens. It's a thin ass iPhone. But if you're gonna put a Pro model iPhone or put Pro anywhere in its name, even in its chipset, why only the one camera? Maybe we should straight up call this the iPhone question mark. I mean, this phone only has the one camera, and granted, it's a capable camera. It's the 48 megapixel main sensor that comes straight off the iPhone 17, including that brand new center stage feature, which I'll touch on in a minute. Well, that was a quick minute. Yeah, we're gonna talk about dat hump, or as Apple likes to call it, the plateau. I mean, seriously, the guy who comes up with these whimsical names for like camera control or the camera plateau, like this guy must get paid a gobsmack of money. But honestly, give them credit. Who wants to call it the camera hump? Okay, so the big splash about this iPhone is the fact that it's apparently only 5.6 millimeters thin. So very, very thin, very, very small, very, very tight. And then you get to that damn plateau. Now, once again, don't get me wrong, they have to put the innards of that phone somewhere. And the fact that they were able to cram basically every single component of the phone, with the exception of the battery, into that skinny ass plateau is impressive. It's a definite feat of engineering. Number 4 is honestly probably going to be the biggest question that everybody is going to have about this particular phone. When it comes to the iPhone Air, the big question on everybody's lips here is battery life. Apple made a big splash by kind of glazing over it by saying that the iPhone Air has all-day battery. Compared to who? Is it like a school day where it's 6 hours and then your battery's drained? Maybe a solid workday, 8.5 hours of pure Apple battery and then death. Maybe it's an actual full-ass day minus the 8 recommended hours of sleep you need to get per night. So that's, what, 16?
You awake? Well, what kind of moron are you?
The main claim that I found on Apple's website when I was researching this point was Apple is claiming 27 hours of video playback. Now, battery life is a fickle mistress. There's so many things that can play into it. Your screen brightness, Wi-Fi being turned on, cellular radios. You have lots of apps running in the background. So many things can drain a smartphone's power. So if you're going for this phone, I really hope you're not glued to it 24/7. Now, number 5 really flippin' stood out to me. It's going to be that argument of heat versus strength. Do you remember the iPhone 6? Do you remember Bendgate?
I have a brand new iPhone 6 Plus, so should we do this? Am I the Incredible Hulk?
The chassis was not strong enough to support the new thin frame. Welcome iPhone Air and the same old problem. Now, Apple planned to remedy by keeping the titanium frame from the 2 last year models of Pro phones and carrying it over to this year's iPhone 17. Every other iPhone has the aluminum frame back, but the iPhone Air gets titanium. Now that's really going to help with its shape and rigidity and preventing bending. But to Apple's own admittance during its keynote, aluminum is a lot better with thermal performance, and the A19 Pro
is the most powerful chip made for iPhone. But this much power generates heat, so we designed a completely new thermal system to dissipate heat rapidly throughout the aluminium unibody.
Hey! What's going on here? Time out! Let me get this straight.
How's that iPhone Air really going to contend with the heat that's got brought up by its chip?
Did I miss something?
Maybe with every iPhone Air, Apple should include one of those UV gloves. Now, I'm not going to have this coming out as a huge, complete bitch session. It honestly surprised me. I was surprised by the fact that I even gave a shit about it. It's a great looking phone, in my opinion, as far as thin phones go. So here's a couple of things that I really like about the iPhone Air. The look. As much as I appreciate bold, vibrant colors, I actually like the fact that they got what has historically been reserved for the Pro model phones. I do applaud them for how many of the features they actually tried to keep in the iPhone. Think back to last year's iPhone 16e. They tried to introduce this budget phone and end up neutering my favorite feature of iPhone, MagSafe. Don't worry, iPhone Air actually still has it. Thank merciful Christ. God knows everybody was praying for that feature to make it. You also got fast charge, the action button, camera control, really like just pretty much everything that makes an iPhone, you got in the iPhone Air. And honestly, I'm a sucker for a good accessory. I love the accessories that are coming with the iPhone Air that you can purchase. New bumper case, that thin plastic case, that still comes with MagSafe. And honestly, I'm really digging the new lanyard attachment. I think that's perfect for a lot of people out there. Think about how many people drop their phone, put it on a lanyard, hang it from your neck. For women out there, that can be your little purse. I mean, your iPhone already probably carries your major credit cards and ID anyway. That's all the time we're going to have here for Vision All Access. Thank you guys for tuning in, and let me know, what do you think about the iPhone Air? Do you think it's stupid that they don't call it the iPhone 17 Air? Are you happy MagSafe made the cut? Are you upset that you're not as thin as the phone? God knows I am. Tell me what you think. Keep this conversation going. And most importantly, let me know, is this a phone you're actually considering? If I had to guess, one of my friends who would probably enjoy having the iPhone Air, granted it's kind of a big size for him, Just saying. Anyway, you guys, thank you for joining Vision All Access. Keep it linked down here in the socials, and I will talk to you guys on the next video. Cheers.